Hello and welcome to the Boomtown Hoops post-game show. I'm your host, Bobby Howard. With me, we got Cody and we got Josh. We're here to talk about, you guessed it, yet another close Thunder loss. This time to the Memphis Grizzlies, 122-113, coming straight off the heels of another close game to the Blazers. The Thunder only did not get into Memphis proper until about an hour 30 before the game started, and had to go straight to the arena. So as quick of a turnaround as you can have in an NBA game. But still, Thunder fought hard, fell off at the end of the fourth quarter. But Cody, tell me a little bit about, what happened with the Thunder here. Tie ball game at the very, very start due to a technical foul by the Memphis head coach. But for all intents and purposes, this was a close game until the very end where Memphis pulled away. What happened to the boys?
Yeah, like you said, pretty close game most of the game. I think what really kind of did it was the fourth quarter. They put them in the bonus with about 9 minutes left in the quarter. And it's just tough. Anytime you foul them, they're going to go straight to the line. So I think that, and mixed with the reserves being in there a pretty good amount of time until I think it was into like the 7-minute mark of the quarter when they finally put the starters back in. And by that point, I think they were down by double digits. So tough to climb back from that. Third game in 4 nights. But you certainly like to fight from them, like we were talking before we started the show. This team is always going to fight. You're always going to know what you're going to get for them for 48 minutes. So good to see them go out there and play a tough Memphis team on a tough back-to-back.
Absolutely. Memphis, while their record doesn't really reflect it, mainly due to a lot of missing games, John Morant being hurt, they're a gritty team. They're a tough team. So not really a shock that they really stuck in it the entire way through. Josh, your thoughts on tonight's game and mainly that fourth quarter where the Thunder just kind of slipped away?
Yeah, I think Thunder's ran out of gas. It's really that simple. This game was pretty much a dead heat the whole way. At the end of every single quarter, it was close. Really close. They just looked tired to me. You played last night at home. You had to travel. They got in late, or right before the game, not even late, right before the game. So it was lots of traveling right up until game time. I want to say they pretty much, showed up in Memphis, went to the arena, got dressed, and played pretty much. So, rough situation. Quick turnaround from yesterday where you had a hard-fought game where you fought so hard to get back in the game last night. So I'm not too worried about it other than, from that perspective. Obviously, Shays didn't play last night, but he's still trying to get his legs back, from not playing for a little while. We used the bench a lot, like Cody was saying. So I don't know. It was really close until they just looked like they got tired. That's kind of a simple way to put it, but that's really how it looked.
Fair enough. And look, you got to give it up to Memphis. They played an excellent game. Jonas Valanciunas, what am I saying?
He gave us problems.
They pronounced him as Valanciunas in like NBA 09, and I have never been able to shake that. Okay, so he had 22 points, dominated us down low, as most good centers do. But for me, Grayson Allen with 22 points and 6 threes. This guy, is he just Mike Miller incarnate? I don't know. I do not like it though. So Memphis,
it's a little frustrating. Not frustrating, but Ja didn't do hardly anything. They kept him under wraps. He didn't play very well, and they just had big scoring from a bunch of guys that you're not expecting, not necessarily not expecting, but you're hoping if you keep Ja to a minimum, you're going to be in good shape. But they still end up getting up to 122, even with Ja not doing much.
Yeah, Ja didn't have double-digit scoring until the third quarter.
He had scored
crazy.
He was like 4 of 14 or whatever. I see Sean getting on me already. He was like 4 of 14 or whatever.
He did have a triple-double though. Look, we've seen enough really good point guard play where you don't shoot well, still get a triple-double. Shout out Russ.
We know, yeah. We say he's like Russ, and that was a Russ stat line.
Absolutely. Cody, what did you see tonight out of the Grizzlies that the Thunder just couldn't stop tonight?
Yeah, I think it really comes down to just one stat. They scored 52 points in the paint. We scored 24. When you double someone in the paint, then you also shoot 46% from three. Typically, you're going to win a lot of those games, and so I think it's kind of like a broken record this year. If Al Horford's out, the opposing team just goes straight into the paint and just dominates on the glass and inside. So, Roby, as hard as he's playing, he's an undersized center, especially against someone like Jonas Valanciunas. So I think that's really where it came. Then Kyle Anderson and Grayson Allen, really stepped up and played really well. Dylan Brooks had a good game, I thought, too. So Yeah, just tough. I mean, both teams on a back-to-back, but at least Memphis was able to stay home, and they kind of had a regular day, whereas Thunder were forced to travel. So
Roby fell out of this game, right? And he only played
he
20. He only played 23 minutes and fouled out. He was not doing too good on the defensive end.
No, and then we had to throw in Mike Muscala, who had a really excellent game.
Really good game.
21 points, 5 of 9 from 3, 7-11 from field goal percentage. I mean, that's pretty good. Shout out to Muskie for getting it done.
Yeah.
Did not expect a Mike Muscala, Grayson Allen 3-point shootout, but hey, fun times. You gotta love it.
He even hit that one from like almost half court in garbage time, just to show he's like, I should have been getting the ball the whole game.
Exactly. Everyone was focused on SGA versus Ja, and we got Muskie and Grayson Allen, which is just wonderful. I love it. Speaking of Shea, he returned after a several game absence, 22 points, decent night shooting, 6 for 14, pretty good. Tapered off a little bit from 3, 2 for 5, but most of those misses happened late, when he's kind of forcing things. What are y'all's thoughts on Shay's comeback? Josh, let's go.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I got you. Sorry.
No, you're good. I thought Shay was okay. I mean, he played okay. First came back, he had a few at the rim that I feel like he normally finishes. That I remember one in particular where he went right to the rim, and Fisher he already started to say, he actually missed that, because he had a couple like that. He's just kind of feeling it back out a little bit. He was okay. He had 6 assists, I think. So he's passing the ball a little bit. He just had a solid game. Not going to blow you away, but he played fine. He played enough to keep him in it. Obviously, it was a really close game, but I think, like all of them, even though he didn't play yesterday, had a few games off, so I think he was a little winded late too, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Did not have the legs at the end, especially when shooting those threes. Cody, your thoughts on Shay's performance tonight?
Yeah, had an all right game. He's been gone for a couple games, so just getting his legs back under from. I thought, going 8 of 8 from the line was very encouraging. I think that's one part of his game where I would like to really see him improve upon, is just getting to the free throw line as much as he can. All the great scorers are getting to the line, 9-10 times a game and hitting their shots. So I think if he can start getting that more consistently, he's going to start opening up his game a lot more, and maybe hit that all-star trajectory that we're kind of hoping.
Yeah, absolutely. When people talk about his potential being like kind of a, mini James Harden, a lot of that, really kind of comes in with his driving ability. That was the thing that struck me when the night of the Paul George trade, immediately looked up all these highlights to try to make myself feel better. And that was the thing that struck me, was his ability to finish in the lane was remarkable as a rookie. And that's definitely the thing I love seeing him do the most. So would love to see.
You deserve a lot of credit for looking at SGA highlights right away. I was just sad. I was just in a ball.
It was a tough time. It absolutely ruined the game of Quiplash we were having on 4th of July weekend.
I couldn't think about anything else for the next hour. I just sat and just stared.
Absolutely. We gotta address the amount of comments in the queue here. Sean's putting in here, just digging at poor Poku. Great scores who go to the line. No great scores never been in the line. Poku never had a free throw yet. He's done. Look, he's hurt. We're not going to dog on him. Poku, get feeling better, man.
Sabonis also never really got to the line his rookie year either. So
that's true. That is true.
Definitely room for improvement.
Well, give him time. Give him time.
Couldn't play Sabonis in that Rocket series behind a guy who was literally referred to as can't play Cantor. So, there's room for improvement. Guys can get better for sure. All right, let's talk about some of these other guys. Darius Baisley, solid night, 18 points. Started off a little inefficient, but ended up perfect 50 for 50 and 50 here, both field goal and 3-point percentage, 7 for 14 and 4 for 8. Thoughts on Baze's night, Josh?
Yeah, I thought Darius looked pretty good in this game. I mean, it's good to anytime he gets the offense going a little bit is nice. 18 and 7 is not bad for him. I mean, I thought he played pretty well. I mean, kind of like everybody. I don't think anybody played. Just kind of go off memory. I don't think anybody played really bad per se. It was kind of everybody was just kind of solid, and then like everybody just kind of ran out of steam a little bit at the end. But I thought Baisley was okay in this game. He saw a player. I mean, he could be argued as Thunder's best player in this game. You could certainly make that argument. I'm not going to, I don't think anybody would battle that. There's a few guys you could argue for. So I thought he played pretty solid. Good to see Bays getting him knocking down a couple threes. It was always nice to see. Had a little bit of a rough start, and then he got himself going a little bit. So not a bad night for Bays.
Absolutely. Very, solid, that's the type of performance that you could definitely sort into. Like, this is a good Baisley night, but nothing I'm going to really remember for the rest of my life, for sure. Just that's what we've come to expect out of Bays.
I mean, 18 and 7, and he was 50% from the field. I mean, it's like right down the middle of just solid. I mean, I'll take that pretty much every night, but it's also he can put up more than that.
That is a type of player I think he can get to, where he can get you that almost every night, and good performance. Sean brought up a good point. Teo, excellent night.
He did.
Second game returning. Cody, your thoughts on the Frenchman's excellent game?
Yeah, he looked really good. Shot 4 or 5 from 3 tonight. His shot's looking a lot better. That was one thing that I wasn't too sure about whenever he was drafted, was how his shot was going to translate to the NBA, but it's starting to look really, really nice. He's playing really well with Shays. He looked great. Looking forward to seeing what he can do going forward, especially with George Hill being out. It's nice to see he cleared protocols, and it looks like he's still getting his kind of legs back underneath him, but I think he's going to be all right and looking all right. Yeah,
that 3-point shot, I did not see that coming when we drafted him. Everyone kind of talked about his court vision and, his feel for the game, which is definitely there, but that 3-point shot, so spectacular.
Boy, he feels like a steal, like a big – I mean, we already knew that, but, boy, I mean, he doesn't look like a second rounder. I mean, he looks like an NBA player right now, and so you feel like his ceiling – he's exciting. He's really exciting.
Yeah, I know a lot of people compared him to Killian Hayes, who was a lotto pick. So there really wasn't a lot of smart people smarter than me said that there wasn't a whole big drop off between Killian Hayes and Maladon.
Yeah, the people who are like resident Eurobasket experts, really out there grinding. Speaking of which, hey, let us know about who's hot in Europe, because Presti's probably going to go get him. Just knowing how he is.
No kidding. Just wait until we see Vit Krejci. How do you pronounce it? I've never heard anybody say it. I just went for it right there.
I think it's Krejci or something like that.
Krejci?
Wait until he bursts onto the scene in 2020, later this next season, I guess, 2022 maybe. I don't know when we're going to see him. But
you never know. Is he the guy who tore his ACL or Achilles or whatever?
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
Okay. I know we have another guy who I can't pronounce his name, but he's he's back with the Blue. He might have been like one of those guys we got like deep second round.
We had so many. The roster turnover this offseason, so many people came and went, so many new names.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. It is still hard to keep track of even these several months later for sure. But overall, another tough fight, but this is a team that just wore out at the end. That happens. So speaking of, I was going to get around to this point. George Hill. Are we going to see this guy play another game in a Thunder uniform? Because I kind of think he might be just kind of pulling a mini Ariza sort of thing. Is he with the team?
I think he's gone. I think he's gone. I do. I don't think. I mean, I think he is hurt right now. I just think we're going to deal him before he plays again. I mean, I just don't think that. I don't know. It just seems like that's going to happen soon. I don't know. When even is the trade deadline? When even is it?
It's March 21st or March 25th, I think.
I think he's gone before then.
I mean, he had surgery on his thumb, so I mean, he's out a month. But yeah, I don't think he's coming back. I mean, there's really no point,
and that's fine. It is. It's fine. Like it's fine. I mean, these games, I like us winning, but I actually don't really like us winning too much whenever it's Al and George Hill doing it, because they're just not part of it. So if we're gonna win games, I want it to be the young guys doing it. So like tonight, I was all in on winning because George Hill and Al's not there. It's like this is our guys right here. But with George Hill out, and he flip him for something, I think he's a solid pickup for somebody, obviously.
Yeah, and it's not like him missing these games. It's not an injury concern. I mean, people know what you're going to get from George Hill if you're a GM. I mean, you're going to get a really good shooting, good veteran, present backup point guard. So I mean, any of these contenders are going to want him.
Absolutely, I think a contender. That's a smart move to scoop him up. Could be a really nice bench piece.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, Sean, you can't be putting in Can't be putting in Blake Griffin to the Thunder with a billion exclamation points. Give me a little heart attack over here.
If they want to throw in some picks, other than that, no way.
I mean, that's what I'm okay. I'm okay with it if we get a bunch of picks. I
love Blake, but geez.
We also got to get rid of our other, project in Al Horford for sure. Cody?
Any lightly protected Detroit pick, I'm all over.
Oh, yeah, because the Pistons are going to be terrible. So that's what I'm saying. If we can get picks, sign me up, because the Pistons stink and they'll always stink. So give me that. But other than that, I mean, he's making a ton of money and he signed forever.
I'm here for sleeper agent Troy Weaver just going into Detroit, sending out Christian Wood and then giving us all of his picks and then, leaving. I don't know. This might just be some sort of elaborate scheme to improve the Thunder long term. You never know with Presti. The guy's a schemer.
He is. He's got it all mapped out. He already knows trades he's going to make in like 3 years.
Yeah.
He already sees it.
Absolutely. This is wash. Anyways, welcome to the show, but unfortunately, I think we've run out of things to talk about on this one because we're out here plotting conspiracy theories about Troy Weaver decimating a franchise for Sam Presti's game.
We usually get a jersey. We usually get jersey reviews for the Grizzlies throwbacks. They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
I guess
definitely a downgrade.
Yeah, they're not the teal. 90s, not the teal. Yeah, the ones they had last year. They're not those. But
what are Cody? Your thoughts on the Grizz throwbacks?
Yeah, they're really cool. Like you guys said, the teal ones are where it's at, and then I love the logo that they have at the half court whenever they throw these.
I was going to say, I've said this forever. I love when teams change their court to match the jersey. I wish the Thunder would do that.
It looked so bad with the Memorial uniforms last year.
Yeah, it'd be cool if we had a nice black, lane and stuff. That'd be cool.
It would be cool. I'd be for it. Maybe have like that kind of weird little stripe design in the paint. That could be cool.
Oh, like
maybe
the sash thingy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with you.
I don't know. I'm not a designer. there, but. Yeah, Sean, we all remember that. I'm trying to forget the Miami Vice.
They're wearing them right now against the Warriors. And the Warriors,
the cotton candies.
This jersey matchup is the ugliest thing. You got to put this game on ESPN. If you don't have it on, just flip it just to see the matchup, because the Warriors are wearing like those their cities that look like the old school Warriors. So it's like navy blue and like orange and yellow. It's too much.
God, that's awful.
It is. Their lane is yellow and it's all orange around the court, and then Miami's wearing the Vice. It's a color explosion in this game.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, I don't even want to think about that. But
it's too much. It's overloading the senses.
A little bit. All right. Up next, Friday night at Milwaukee. Thunder looking for a. I can't believe I'm saying this. A sweep on Giannis and the Bucks. Any shot they're gonna get it. Cody, I'll let you start on this.
I mean, they're 1-0 so far, so there's definitely a chance. But, we're going to Milwaukee, starting a road trip. It's going to be tough. I don't know if Holiday's going to be back. I don't know if they've talked about that at all, but I think that's why they're kind of on their little slide that they're on is, they put all that into Drew Holiday and then he's been out. So, but yeah, I think the Greek Freak is probably going to be coming down the lane, even if Al Horford's there, and just probably give it to us. But hey, hopefully it's a close game and a good one.
Yeah, I'm with Wash here. Giannis definitely revenge mode, and
should have left it with the Z. It was better.
I like revenge modes. I like that better. Don't correct yourself. That's so cool. Great typo. Giannis is going to be back on his MVP mode, and not only that, the Thunder aren't going to have their auto-generated fan noise to help them out. So give me the Bucks to win on Friday, but it'd be great if they swept. It'd be a season highlight. It could end right there.
The Bucks are sliding right now. I mean, if Drew Holiday is still out, Thunder should be at full strength, as full strength as they've been in a while for that game. So I don't know. We'll see. I think Thunder got a shot. The Bucks are starting to let fans in though, so they should have it. Although I think it's only like not even 1,000, but still, people helps.
There will be real people screaming at the Thunder. So that's. That's better than what we have at home. Anyways. All right, folks.
We'll get back.
Yeah. Cody, Josh, thank y'all so much for coming on the show tonight. Great time as always. And thank you for watching us talk about the Mike Muscala shootout with Grayson Allen. Wild game. But anyways, Hope you all stay safe and warm out there. Everything, crazy in Oklahoma still. It's getting better. We're going to be in the 50s. If you're elsewhere, hey, if you're elsewhere, I'm jealous. But for me, Cody, and Josh, this has been the Boomtown Hoops post-game show. We will see you next time. Thunder up.